Guys, in this video we're going to get the Nissan Rogue looking like this. So basically I'm going to pull this out in the video. I'm going to straighten out this piece, I'm going to straighten out that piece, I'm going to pull out that. We will straighten the bumper. That's actually was over here in this same video. And then this piece we're going to pull it out as well. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see. Especially you getting a fisheye effect. It's got a slight angle, not that much, but we did as much pulling as we could last night, and right about now it almost looks like it's tricking your eye to making it look like it's to the left. But this was heavily damaged to the left, and if I stand a little bit to the side I could kind of see that it's still slightly angled, but depending on where you stand at, it plays a different effect. But anyways, this is to the point we're going to get it in this video, and in the next video we're going to continue. See, it's dragging our car. While I'm straightening out this, that's going to be straightened out separately. I just want to make sure that this is completely out. So now I gotta use my chain to go a little further. Guys, if you were wondering what this is for, you'll see it in this video, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it already before, but a lot of people haven't seen that, and I kind of had to figure this out on my own. So this is for a purpose, like you have a bigger chain so you could keep, coming out and stuff with it, so you could actually tie things in. So basically it's like a chain lock. You grab it down over there and you just find, a good tight spot. Like, I don't know if this is tight enough, but it's decent. So basically find another spot where you could lock this in, and it simply slides into the chain. So as you're pulling it, it's kind of like locking things in. So we can pretty much go way out. This is a very long chain. Now we're pretty close to where this thing is going to start pulling it now. You can you could see that it is. So I may have to use a hammer to knock this in. But this is somewhat straight. We also need to straighten this out. What I need is a tape measure. I want to make sure that from here to there, everything's... So that's gonna go here, and that's gonna go there. You know, it's not bad. Do some old-fashioned work. It worked. It actually separated the boxes some. They were very stuck up against that wall. So this is still bashed in. Gotta pull that out. Okay, let's see the fitment. Okay, it is close. So I'm going to use the same type of bolts to align this. And basically what I'm going to be doing as I'm going along is pulling exactly where I need to pull to install all the missing pieces. All right. Okay. I hate when that happens. All right, so what I want to do now is, you know, obviously line these things up, because this is not lining up and that needs to line up, and that seemed like a big deal. You can't really tell, but it is. It's not exactly square. So you could see that it's coming together. I'm very surprised how much things are off with the way the radiator support is hooking up. But I wanted to install the radiator support in one piece, because if I would be installing it piece by piece and things would not line up, it would not look right. At least, you know, with this one, I know that it should line up, so I could freely pull on stuff. So I'm going to figure out my next pull. I believe it should be here, but what I'm going to end up doing is figuring it out and letting you know. Okay, before we move on to pulling that, I want to go ahead and actually pull this out. This is really crunched in, so let's see if we could take this claw and pull it out. I've never used this before. This probably has a different purpose, but it will work actually pretty nice over here. So I don't know if I could, you know, use it in combination with this, but I certainly will try. So I'm going to get things tight. I do want to get that on here. Okay, obviously I was able to hook things up. I am not convinced that it will work. Oh wow, that piece that was bent just came out. This was bent, so just pulling on that, straighten it up. That's pretty amazing. So we're about done here. Okay guys, take two. Okay, it's a little bit more straighter. Like over here it's completely straight, so I think for that to really straighten out, something's gotta shift. This gotta come in a little bit, but I'm surprised at an angle that it's actually welded. There's a good possibility it needs to be like that, but let's go take a look at the other Nissan Rogue and see how it is down there. Here's the Nissan Rogue that I'm using for parts. So when we come down over here, we can clearly see it is at a slight angle. So this is actually good. But over here, it's nice and straight. This is why I like working on, you know, this type of repairs where it's been an accident, where you have another car that is actually hasn't been hit in the front. And you could use it as a reference. And that's actually what I'm doing. So the angle that I'm seeing this at, it's pretty good. Now we do see that this is a nice clean edge here, and this kind of comes out over here like that. So we possibly need to use some of my hammers and stuff and bang it out. Okay, I got some choice of hammers. I got some of these things, all kinds of body working tools. So if I need a hammer, I could use it, but we do have to get the thing straightened out somehow. Surprisingly, it's actually not coming out, but I'm gonna try to get it out by pulling.
I really don't want to mess things up, but the car was hit this way, so natural pull, I think, should do the trick.
So I made things tight again. I'm gonna shift this a little higher. Let's see what we can do. It actually looks like it's straightening out that piece. Yeah, it actually came out some, and it looked like it straightened things out a little bit. So it pulled my car somewhat, but you know, it's all right. And I gotta still have a lot of work over here to do.
Okay, now it's actually working by me pressing on it.
All right, let's see what we can do here. So far so good. I don't see any problems. If anything, it's going to bring things a little closer where they need to go. Now is when we're going to actually see some pulling. That's working. Little by little, but it's working. That claw is really helping me out. I mean, I could now insert something in it, bang it out, make it a lot straighter, but I don't want to. I want to use that to my advantage, just keep pulling. So that's what I want to do here. I got some ideas. Looks like this is not a really big job. It'll actually look really bad when I bought it. So $750 car, guys. 2010 Nissan Rogue, less than 100,000 miles on it. As a matter of fact, let me tell you the miles. Shoot, I keep telling random miles because, you know, half of the time I don't have no batteries in them and stuff. Okay, so my mistake, 106,000 miles. So I was confusing this with the Chrysler 300, which had only like 96,000. But we are good here. Again, I'm gonna release the pressure, rehook it, get back in there and see how things are. Now I will kind of like take note that that bolt is kind of like in the center of here, but this plastic piece, it needs to be right here. That's actually where it needs to go in order for it to line up. It's almost like, gosh, like it looks wrong. Like it seems like, how can this go any further? But apparently it can. These plastics really got bashed in over here, and it broke off a lot of these fuse panels and stuff like that. So I'll have to probably use some of those fuse panel boxes there and, you know, possibly install them here. So that's what the parts are for, and this is busted up and stuff. But now at least there's some room, and this does need to come out some more because this is actually way over here. So there's a good chance I gotta hook up to here, pull it out some more. And from what I could see, you know, it does look like it's almost like, that's actually really straight. Probably need like a ruler set up over here. I'm gonna get one. Here's another tool that I have. It's got a claw. This definitely would work. I really don't know what I could use for this. There must be another piece that goes in here, or maybe there's something that's self-made and you bolt it on over here, hold it down with bolts. That way you could really get a good pull, but I don't have that. But this would have worked. But I pulled it out because I'm kind of thinking, you know, possibly, you know, I could use it as a tool. So if I'm laying it over here, I could see that it needs to come out some. This is not long enough, so I'm actually going to get a longer one. Right now, I'm at another Nissan Rogue, and the important thing is this piece here. I just want to see what it's going to look like if I place a ruler. So if I place it, it's actually nice and straight. There's absolutely no reason to think any other way. So that's what it should look like over there. I should be able to put it like that, straight. So, and you know, over here there's obviously some wire, but oh yeah, it's fine. It's like not even in the way. So you could definitely see that is straight. So that is good. Now for the bottom pieces here that I have, got something over here. This is the bumper that I removed from that. So apparently that Nissan Rogue was hit, and this is what they used. As you could see, they straightened it out somehow, and you know, it's still crooked. I don't know what they used to straighten it out, but it's definitely crooked. That was on that Nissan Rogue. A little disappointing, but it's okay. I gotta pull things that way anyway, so I'm kind of thinking if these bolt holes line up, I may just remove the radiator support, connect these two, and see if I could actually ship things over. Because I could actually hook it up to one of these, straighten out this piece and my front end in the process. So now I'm at this Nissan Rogue. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. Lay the ruler down. When I lay it down, I mean, it seems okay. And this is somewhat at an angle here. You can definitely tell it's got a little bit of an angle. It doesn't have one over here. So there's a good chance once I'm going to be pulling on this, it's going to, you know, cause that to come out a little bit. So I'm not doing anything bad by pulling it. So it's got to come out some. Hey guys, you know, doing this and seeing that I am getting results that I want definitely lets me know that I really love this stuff. I enjoy it. It's like a work of art. I forgot to hit record, but I went ahead and pulled it some more, and we're at a stopping point now. So, you know, gotta keep going. You know, we're still far away from where we need to be. All right, so from what I could see, if I keep repeating this process, we're just gonna be getting the same thing. So because claw is actually got it in a corner, so what's it doing? It's basically doing the pulling, and I already have enough of the pull. So what we need to do is hook up something that it just causes it to go out flat. So that's what I'm gonna do in the next one. So what I need is something like this that I could just get in there and just, you know, push it out. So this is what I got. It can slip off, but it's not, because it's got some teeth over there. So now it's making it straight. So we're good here. So it's pretty nice. I like it. So one more time, I think that ought to do it. Okay guys, I hooked it up. It's probably going to be a final. Whatever I don't get, I could just get with a hammer. Okay. Oh, it's working. Sounds good. I'm happy with that. So guys, we went from this being completely pinched in and you know, to it being completely out. So what I could do is put a piece of block of wood over here, which I'll do now. Block of wood here, and you know, hit it with the hammer. This is gonna be nice and straight. So this is looking pretty good. I'm not sure if I'll need to pull it down somewhat. I definitely need to bang this in. I probably need to do it under pressure. So I want to hook up, you know, do the final pull, just hook up another thing over here and pull it, and while I'm actually working this away. But before I do that, I want to bang this out. Okay, so I got a piece of wood. Not a good piece of wood, but doesn't really matter. I do want to get this out of the way somewhat, so we'll just do that. So what we want to do is this fuse panel falling apart. So pretty good. It's almost straight. Let's do it some more. So now I'll do some taps. Just do some artistic work. So we want to bring this in like that, just a little bit. And you know, that looks pretty good. I mean, definitely I could live with that, definitely. Let's see. This is not what it's used for, but that's what I'm using it for. So not bad. I like that. That's not bad from what it was. Now I would like to insert something underneath and pull that out. I really don't have anything like that, so I'm not really gonna worry about that. But I would like to bang that in under pressure. So we'll do that. I want to get it under tension, and then I want to start knocking that out. And that's like not something visible from the hood, I mean from the fender. So that's good, you know, it came out some more. Let's see the side view. It does look like it's a little bit pointed out, but I think it's because of that. You know, the lines are pretty much nice and even over here. It's straight over here. You know, we have a pretty good look. So this now, cause this to come out a little bit, we'll need to bang it in. That's because we pulled on it. So there's really no. I'm gonna go ahead and get this and do this. I think that somewhat needs to go up a little bit. It's a little bit crunched up, but I think we could solve it with some pliers. I know this is like not important right now, but you know, I just wanted to see if I could straighten this out some, and it is working. So also I have a little trick for that as well. I'm almost set to see this go. Whoa, this is hot. This is hot. So I'm gonna leave that one just, well, I'll take it. So I wonder if there's some tweaking I could do. So the only way to see that, if I install at least one bolt on this side and kind of like one bolt over here, how far I could really move it. But I really can't do much, and from what it looks like, this appears to be straight, so I'm not sure how far this went in, but you know, we'll have to see. So time for us to just completely remove it and focus on the bumper. This does seem to be pretty much lining up. So I could probably install it over here, and let's see, let's go ahead and install one bolt. Okay, that's a little too far. It's hard to work by yourself. Let's see if this is the correct one. It is. So that other one is bent a little bit, so I'm not going to be worried about it right now. Okay, so there's that. Guys, the reason I'm installing it this way, so that we could actually pull on this and pull things out. And when I was saying I need a laser, I really do need it, because when I'm gonna pull it a little bit too far, then things are not gonna line up. But in this case, I shouldn't be worried. I know one thing is, this needs to straighten out. This is not from this vehicle. I just, you know, I repeat. But we could just connect it here somewhat and see if we could just, you know, pull it. But I want to connect it together. I want to connect this bumper because I want to keep these things together. I don't want to pull one further than the other. That's why I'm not just pulling this individually. And from where you could see the radiator support, this was not lining up and that was not lining up, because the car was hit over here like that. It went too far. So we could see that this has moved about an inch. So about an inch and a half play over here caused about an inch to go there. So it's not noticeable on this side. Definitely I could see it damaged over here. So we're just gonna have to install a couple more bolts, and we're gonna be good to go. I just want to keep all the bolts in one place, because I will be applying a lot of pressure. And from what I could see, this is damaged from a previous accident, so you don't want to line up. And that don't want to line up. So I may have to loosen things up just a little bit. See, loosen this up as well. So that might be enough. for that to go in. So I think that's good. That's good. That's good. I would like 2 more points connected. I need this point connected. Oh, this is heavy duty. I have to do some hard swings on that. Okay, so yeah, these will definitely line up now. So let's go ahead and actually install these. I don't want anything to shift on me and then things not lining up. So okay, so that one actually is broken off from the accident. So I'll probably have to weld it. And that one's not really working too much. So we're gonna have to work with what we got. So now I gotta hook up this and release that. So I got this thing hooked up. This should be enough for me to actually start pulling it. Now, I'm not an expert, like I said. So I got this, you know, obviously when I'm pulling it, the car will want to go this way. So so obviously if I'm pulling on it, you know, this way, car will want to shift this way. So you got to hook it up somewhere. So I'm pulling this pretty much, just kind of try to do it evenly. So I hooked it up at the bottom over here because I really don't want this to go anywhere, but I do want this to shift. I don't know how that's gonna work, if that's even gonna work or not. So let's just try. I really don't see any other way of really hooking it up. So from what I could see, it did pull this out. So that's good. I could leave this be. This is pretty much straight. Now, this whole thing is just busted up anyways. I mean, I can't really use this as a reference, and I won't. But next portion I'm gonna hook up is over here, guys. And I'm gonna start pulling that, and we'll see where that's gonna take it. Sometimes. So we just pulled out this section, and I know it looks a little bit crooked, but I don't want this to be even because this whole bumper's messed up anyways. This is from the other Rogue. Radiator support lines up over here good. It does not line up over here. It seems like things just need to shift a little bit this way. So, you know, it's kind of difficult to really tell because this one on this side looks completely straight. It did move a little bit, but not where I want it to be. I reconnected everything, so I'm gonna stay over here for the safety and just pull on it. I don't have a good visual, but you know, it's probably not gonna still get it where I need it to be. Those guys, it's probably gonna pull the car this way. Yep. If you need a way to move your car, this is one way to do it. So this entire pull, pretty much, it was just pulling the car. So I gotta hook up my strap back, but put it a different way. For a new place to hook this thing up to. It appears that I think this is fine because this is an individual type of frame, and I'm actually hooking up to this. It seems like it's really heavy duty, and it's part of that. I don't think it bent, but we need this to come down this way. So technically this is kind of staying in one place and this is being pulled. So the only thing is that I want to do differently is I don't want to put the over that metal. I need to go like that. So I'll continue with that. And another idea is I could hook up to the rim. Really hate that idea, because then, I mean, there's a chance that I'm messing up my alignment. Alright, from what I could see, I still want to pull this bumper right now. I'm going to monitor the situation, and then once I'm done with it, I didn't want to come in with a chain or something and hook up over here and try to pull. I really don't know a good way to do it except by just like coming around with a chain like that, you know. It's really hard to get a good tension with the chain when you're hooking it up, but it seems like it's moving about an inch or one chain link to be exact. But last time the car moved, so you know. It's really hard to tell if anything is actually happening. So I could tell nothing has happened. This was just all for nothing. However, the bumper does look straight. That's actually this happened, so that's good. This actually went a little bit too far, but it's actually looking pretty straight, better than it was. So I actually fixed this bumper in this whole situation. So now I gotta go directly to the source, hook it up over here, and go from there. So I kind of did this little connection here with the chains. I'll make sure the sensors stay out of the way, but I kind of crisscrossed it that way. It still kind of stays together as one piece, because I want this to be pulled. If it slides that way, it's not going to be doing me any good, but seems like it's almost straight, and that's actually looking a little better. But you know, we will see. It definitely looks better, a lot better than it was. So I'll hook everything up. Let's see where this goes. Too bad I don't have a visual. I really can't see what's going on back there. So I'm gonna maybe just do a little at a time for the pulls. So it seems like nothing so far. And I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this one out. So that's a lot straight than it was. That's looking better, but I think it still needs a few pulls. Did move one chain link, so let's try it again. So this right here is just getting tight, so now it's doing a pulling. So let's see what we got. Nothing so far, nothing noticeable, that is. And we're nearly the end, and we're at the end. So nope, probably did something, but it looks like a whole lot of nothing. But this looks a lot more straighter. It looked more like at an angle. That's a little bit more acceptable now. So let's keep going. Here we go again. I could tell it's moving my whole car. And now it's really got some tension. It is pulling something. Let's take a look. Nothing noticeable. Okay. This does seem like it moved somewhat, it's more straighter. I mean, it's looking a lot better. And that's actually looking a little bit more in line, don't you think, guys? From where we started, it was a whole lot of whack. And this is looking pretty good as well. So release the tension, start over. It seems like it's trying to pull up the car this way. That's what's it doing. It's just like lifting it up over here. But we are holding it from the bottom, so it would have been nice if it was locked in a frame machine. I probably have to build something like that. That way it's locked in at the bottom, and you know the body's staying all together. So yeah, that's definitely looking a lot better. I'm almost curious to see how is it gonna fit, but I think it still needs to come down some. But if I've seen a car like this and you disassemble and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I would be thinking, what's really bent on here? Because things are looking pretty straight. I'm pretty sure this could be put together and the car's probably gonna look all right. I could definitely put it together the way it is, but we'll keep going. Probably the point is to be recording this. We're working with such a little difference. It almost seems like I need to go 10 or 20 times doing this, because when I even moved the chain, it seemed like it was a very little impact because the car is lifting. So for this time, I do want to show you what happens once I do release the tension. You'll see what I'm talking about. Whoa, that scared the crap out of me. So you can definitely tell we did make some difference on that one. So what can I say? That rope is ripped now. We're not at tension anymore. Not a huge tension anyways. So we could finish this off somewhat. So now look at the car. You see how it goes down? That's what I was talking about. So let's check it out. Yeah, it looks better. It's probably 1/8 better. It's hardly noticeable, but it's something. There we go again. Only this is just building up tension. Tension was built up. As you can see, we got about 2.5 inches over there, and it's now starting to finally pull. I can see something's happening. It's definitely applying some pressure to it. So let's keep going. Okay. I think even this is a little bit more straighter now, but it's really hard to tell. This unfortunately looks about the same as what it did last time. It still needs work. Okay, hooked it up again. Let's see what we're gonna get this time. I still don't like the way I got things hooked up. Pretty much the same, but I'm okay with the way things looking right now. If radar support fits. So release it. Okay, I got everything hooked up right now. Let's see what's gonna happen this time. I could definitely tell it's moving my car even more than it did before. That's a little bit more straighter. It's hard to notice, but I could see just a little difference. It's already makes a big part. Okay, Okay, I've rehooked everything up again. I was able to move it a couple chain links, so something did happen. I think after this, I need to remove this bumper and try on my radiator support again. See where that thing lines up, see if we made any change or not. And I'm liking this a whole lot better. It's really hard to tell if anything has changed. I don't know if anything like this will work. I don't want to make too much noise. It's late. So anyways, I'm gonna release the tension, go ahead and get a radiator support on. I'll go ahead and remove the bolts on this bumper. Test fit the radiator support, whether it fits or not. Whatever I have to do, I'm gonna have to do tomorrow in better lighting conditions. And I think we did a lot today from where it was. I just think we need to be a little bit more observative and really take a look into everything, because I'm messing over here and chances are there's probably something over there that needs to be pulled. I really need to observe everything, but I'm really liking how it's looking. But I'd like to see this come down a little bit more, you know, to the right. But once I install the radiator support, we'll see for sure what needs to happen. Okay, I'm gonna just leave that for now. It's a good thing we haven't broken any bolts on the way we've been pulling on it. It's really easy to break up the welds. Okay, so that bolt just came out. It seemed to be lining up. Anyways, from what I could see, you know, I haven't really installed anything, but I could see that side at least has really not changed much. Now I'll tell you this thing, guys. I could tell that this has been damaged, okay? And there's a good chance that they did not fix that other Nissan Rogue properly, and they tinkered with this radiator support somewhat, and this is why things are not lining up. There's a good chance of that. I can't prove it, but we obviously have these sections here, and I'm not sure, maybe something's bent somewhere. So one way I'm going to try to find that out is I'm going to try to just remove these bolts. And this is just my own, you know, general observations. You know, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just try to line things up. And then try to mess with the lining up the other stuff. Okay, so it's not where I want things to be. Things are still quite crooked. And that's not helping things. So I do have, you know, a couple bolts on. I think that's good enough. So I do want to just see, maybe this needs to be bent. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. If you really like this video, you know, hit a like, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And once again, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to fine-tune all of these things here, and I'll explain a little bit more with what's going on here in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
My name is Serge Zimaleta. I'm 37 years old, and yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now, I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have Sprinter, Expedite, or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.